Hi friends, we are reading the book Unified, a course on truth and practical guidance from Babaji by Roger G. Lamphere. We are into the 24th week, which is the last week, and it's the week of reviewing. Throughout this week, continue to practice what is now a constant habit. Send love and light to everyone and everything that comes your way as you think of it. Particularly, send love when you run across any distress or negativity. Continue to close your aura all to all except your higher self when you go into crowds. Clear your aura of uninvited influences. Whenever you get the uninvited influences, signal or a strong thought to do so. In the evening, before going to sleep, alternate between your two practices of unifying with God and sending love to whoever comes into your mind. Of course, you will continue your daily quiet periods. These are always to be started properly to guarantee safety. At first, always receive whatever communication your higher self wants to give. Then ask any questions and special instructions for the day. In this review week, you begin and end each day with the special prayer. Read it a couple of times slowly and meaningfully. Be aware of your heart energy and letting it its meaning pulsate from your heart to the whole world. First day, dear God, my creator, I thank you for creating me as a creator in your image. I thank you for giving me free will to experience whatever I choose to experience. I now claim the wisdom to be in the true, in tune with my whole self and your thought. I now act in the guidance of all the nature to manifest my desires. I thank you also for giving me the wisdom now to help keep the aura of my loved ones free from uninvited influences. I am grateful to be yours. During a quiet period today, check the aura of your loved ones. Use your yes or and no signals and simply ask, is it wise for me to check the name of your loved one for uninvited influences? Clear each influence until you get a yes signal. Then close their aura to all except your own higher selves. This exercise can be done whenever you feel it is necessary, but today make a special point of it. Second day, dear God, my Creator, I thank you that my own connection with truth now uplifts the whole world. It is my desire that all of mankind rises up to enlightenment with me. I pray that everyone recognizes his own self awareness and gains self acceptance. For I realize I cannot be truly free until all that I am one with are also free. Today, after your quiet period, do a creating formula for the self acceptance of one or two for your loved ones. Remember that it is your experience that you are manifesting, even though they are recipients of your desires. If you have someone's permission, you can also do a creating formula today for a specific problem someone is dealing with. Be sure to keep your creating formulas in the present tense. Third day, dear God, my Creator, I thank you for my vast subconscious mind, which automatically brings to me the experience I have told it I want. I recognize my perfection at every level. even in the ignorance of what I think I want to manifest. I thank you for being with me and gently teaching me to be in tune with your thought. I thank you for my dreams as one way to reach and teach my beautiful subconscious mind. Ask your higher self to analyze a dream for you. Then recognize its message and do whatever you can do to make the changes in your thoughts and dreams calls for. You can use this dream analysis technique as often as you like. It is a valuable tool for helping to reprogram your subconscious mind. Fourth day. Dear God, my Creator, I thank you for my connection of love with everyone and everything. I thank you for my all knowing intelligence that brings that connection to a living reality. I spread the love I feel to all of creation and each creator. I know our connection is felt by everything else in creation. Today, do your quiet period in a place for natural beauty. Pick a plant at that appropriate time during your quiet period, unifying with and feel your connection to the plant. Communicate with it through your heart's love. Be guided in that communication by your higher self and check with your signals the accuracy of your communication. If the plant asks for help, give it. Feel this unity with all the creation, wherever you go today. Fifth day. Dear God, my Creator, I thank you for giving me your thought for my creation. I thank you that your thought can only bring me the experiences you know, joy, abundance, energy, knowledge, and more. I thank you for the beautiful present where you always are and where I can always and only experience your love. And my dear Father, I thank you for the gentle nudge you give me when my own thoughts are bound to lead me to suffering. In your quiet period today, rehearse your signal for negative thoughts. There is no need to overdo, though, just practice it enough to feel the signal clearly. Throughout the day, be aware of that signal's presence. Whenever it comes, stop and think. Then change your thought and any related course of action. Sixth day. Dear God, my Creator, I thank you for the knowledge of this course. I desire to recognize my wholeness without resistance. Speak truth to me in any form I can hear. Bring to my awareness what that form is. I thank you for your intelligence, which is mine. I now use it and share it. For the communication with your higher self today, use the technique for writing it out periodically. Check with your higher self that what you have written is correct. Seventh day. Dear God, my Creator, I thank you for the one creation of which I am. I thank you for making all of its many diverse expressions connected with me, that I am never alone and separate. I thank you for the love of your thought, so that those who are in tune with that thought can feed me truth and guidance. I open myself up to you, your truth, as brought to me by my self realized friends. In your quiet period today, communicate with one of the masters You have a signal for. Receive whatever guidance is appropriate and ask whatever questions you wish, using the same format for questions and for communication you use with your higher self. Enjoy the unique form of love energy you are bound to feel. Unified. This is the beginning. You have experienced being unified. It comes in its full glory with a feeling of bliss and security. Then suddenly, as if carried away by a breeze, it vanishes. Your old thoughts come back. Some fear, a little anger, and a feeling of separateness overcomes you. Then that disappears, and the feeling of being unified once again surfaces. That is the expected pattern in these early days. Gradually, the feeling of being unified lasts longer, and the lapses into despair are fewer and fewer. One thing is certain, you have the tools now to be unified with your higher self and all of creation. The continued use of these tools every day can only bring you permanent experiences of God's qualities. They can only bring you the concrete experience that you are light and not just a physical body. They can only bring the feeling of love to flow to and through you, for that is to feel yourself. The daily practice of these tools can only bring happiness, a joy for life, and that inner sweetness of bliss. Those are God's true intentions for you. And when you are unified, opposite emotions are impossible. These tools can only bring you thoughts of truth and all knowing intelligence. That is your foundation for feet right action. Spontaneously, you think and do what most beneficial for you and all mankind. Your true nature of being unbounded by space and time draws on you. You are literally everywhere present, as is God. Gradually, the straitjacket of time dissolves. Even your feeling of belonging in a particular place is displaced by a cosmic universal oneness. Then you experience all of creation at will. These tools bring out your perfection. On this physical level, you manifest perfect health. You live your perfection and can easily see that same perfection in everyone and everything. Those tools are your source for peace, for your higher self is peace. A gentleness becomes your nature, and without sacrificing your dynamism. Peace of mind is the price that everyone without it would gladly pay their entire earthly fortune for. It is yours now by virtue of your being aware of who and what you are. These tools usually bring your abundance. Ask and you shall receive. How simple it is now to ask what is truly your highest good and to receive it. Nature is abundant, even extravagant. You bask in that extravagance as a passion of God's love. You can now live a life of forgiveness and non judgment as God Himself does. Knowing what forgiveness really is changes your whole perception of what's happening around you. You are in charge of your own experiences. You have now claimed your highest good. Now only experiences of joy can come. There is nothing to forgive. The past is gone. By these tools, you realize your own self to be a unique and individual expression of love. You view everyone else as that. Love can only see love. Judging love now makes no sense. So you find yourself accepting and appreciative of all love's expressions. Even the so called sins of others are seen as merely correctable mistakes in thinking no sin is big enough to change anyone's basic nature. No judgment can change it either. This is where you are on the threshold of these experiences of God's qualities. Slip in and out of the experience for a whole. Then suddenly realize that you are forever returned to your divinity, which you never lost. These tools are more than a gift to you. Now they are your responsibility. Use them as if the nature of the world depended upon you. It does. Your experience of being unified infuses more than joy into your heart. It injects God's qualities into the basic fiber of everyone. Everyone and everything is connected. You cannot experience bliss without sending a thrill of bliss to all of creation. Everyone is affected. The feeling of being unified is very slippery. It offers no resistance. It slips and slides everywhere as you radiate it from your heart. Your responsibility to the world is enormous. Your feeling of being unified is the only thing you can do to bring sanity to the earth. Nothing else you can do will have any lasting effect. Nothing else will make such a profound contribution. Nothing else. By simply being yourself, you can save the world from disaster. If there ever could be a sin that deserved judgment, which there isn't, it would be to ignore these tools now that you have them. It is tantamount to dying of thirst while camped on the shores of a freshwater lake. Your tools are simple. First, communicate with your higher self in a quiet period daily. Start the communication in the exact step by step procedure and always have a higher self signal. The method is easy and precise at first. Receive wisdom from your higher self. Then ask questions that you have established are in your highest and wisest interest to ask. Use the quiet period to find out what is in your highest interest to manifest. With the assistance of your higher self, say your creative formulas until your desire manifests. The quiet period and the creating formulas are now your main tools each day. Let them find their place in your daily routine. Second, you have other habits now that mustn't be forgotten. Close your aura to all except your higher self. Whenever you go into a crowd or any negativity, clear your aura. Whenever you get an uninvited influence signal, or whenever you have symptoms of an influence, irritability, exhaustion, anger, moodiness, etc. You also want to send thoughts of love to anyone or anything when you think of it, particularly if there is a problem, accident, fight, or other negativity. Third, don't forget the gentle techniques before going to sleep. Send love to those people who pop up into your thoughts or unify with God's qualities. These two practices dissolve any accumulated tensions of the day and prepare the next day for the feeling of being unified. That's it. That is all there is to this basic course. You may use any of the other tools we explain anytime you want. However, these three steps are your program from now on for being unified. Welcome home. Thank you. Ah.